What's up everyone? So today I'm back at Maserati Lotus Greenville. If you guys saw a couple weeks ago, I posted some videos driving some pretty old classic cars like the Alfa Romeo and the Land Rover Defender, but today I'm on the opposite side of the spectrum driving some fairly new cars. I saw one of them is out back there and then one is up front here in this lineup. I will give you one hint while I'm going inside to get the keys. It has over 500 horsepower, so comment down below, what do you think I will be driving today in this lineup here? Okay guys, so let me know what you guessed. I am taking out this Jaguar F Type R. I know these things are an absolute beast and they definitely sound good too, so we are gonna get a cold start up. So initial impression so far, I am really liking the feel of being inside this car. It's very kind of enclosed, but at the same time it's not claustrophobic or anything like that. You have clear visibility out of that rear window, and it is nice to have these windows behind each side window. Gives you a little bit more visibility. I have noticed too that putting the car into reverse, it will automatically take each side mirror and angle them down a bit, so that gives you obviously more visibility looking out for curbs or things like that. Okay guys, so now it's time to take a walk around of the exterior of this 2017 Jaguar F Type R. This is a pretty sweet car so far to check out. Brand new, this specific one was probably around $105,000, $110,000. Now with almost 6,000 miles on it, it is around $80,000. So a pretty good price drop for basically a brand new vehicle. 6,000 miles is really not all that much. It's pretty much a hatchback style design to it. We'll go ahead and open up. This is an electronic power liftgate here, so obviously it will automatically open up. And you actually do have access to the back. If you remove this cover, you could probably put anything longer that you would need. But just for reference, here's my camera and my water bottle there. That's pretty much all the space that you have. But it is cool that there is no rear glass right in the middle there. And then obviously we can go ahead and close that up. I think it gives it a really nice design, and of course you have a lot more storage space than you would if it was a regular trunk style. But coming back to the dual quad tip exhaust here, it has a really nice design to it. You have the parking sensors and then the white diffuser running across or underneath the exhaust gives it a really nice look. I just noticed too, the backup camera is just underneath the license plate, so it doesn't really stick out too much, and it is very useful having it that low rather than being up underneath the actual trunk lid or something like that. This has 19-inch wheels all around. They have a really nice design to them. They are wrapped in Pirelli P0 summer tires. And then getting to my favorite part now is the door handles. Right now the car is locked, so you see that these side mirrors are also folded in. If we just push on this button on the front, the door handles will pop open and the mirrors will fold out as well. And then we can go ahead and grab that and head inside. But when you go to lock the car, all you have to do is push these in just like that, and it is locked. So it's that easy to do. I think it's a really nice design, very sleek when they are folded in, of course. And then moving to the front, this does have front parking sensors. It has the traditional Jaguar grille. Looks really nice with the piano black in the middle. This does offer LED headlights as well, have a really nice design to them. There's very clean lines coming down the hood too, with 2 air vents on either side. All right, so now before we head inside, I'm gonna go ahead and pop the hood, so that way we can go over that. Of course, it's down in the normal location there. Okay, so now, and I actually forgot, this opens the other way. So there we go. So under the hood is a 5-liter supercharged V8. Again, this is paired to an 8-speed automatic transmission. This engine produces 575 horsepower and 516 pound-feet of torque. It is all-wheel drive, weighs around 4,000 pounds, and this can get to 0 to 60 in 3.4 seconds, 0 to 100 in 8 seconds, and its top speed is 195 miles an hour. This is definitely a beast of a car. This is the middle version. There's an S, there's the R, and then of course the SVR, but look at this with the hood open. How sick does that look? Alright guys, so it's finally time now to check out the interior. I absolutely love the red leather. There's black stitching everywhere. Nice aluminum on the release handle. So many different adjustments for the seats. They have good bolstering. I like the cutouts too, so it'd be pretty neat to see like racing seat belts or something. So inside you have the full leather steering wheel with a whole bunch of different controls, heated steering wheel, all the cruise and menu buttons for the center screen there. And of course the paddle shifters again. I cannot wait to get this out on the road because I did a quick mini rev just to hear it. And yeah, more coming on that. But there's leather everywhere. There's 2 air vents here too that pop up when you turn on the car. You have the center screen, a grab handle for the passenger, and just everything is so clean looking with the dials in the center. Let's go ahead and turn on the electronics here. But you have the dual zone climate in the center. Very easy to use these dials. I haven't really gone through the navigation or anything like that, but it looks like you have, oh, I just shut that off, so that's going away. Your parking sensors, it looks like you can turn the screen on and off with a whole bunch of other modes and navigation. And then pretty much just more AC buttons. Down here you have some pretty cool buttons. You have the exhaust mode, which we're gonna keep it in the sport mode. Traction control, you can do the active rear wing, so we can pop that up. You can actually do the cylinder deactivation as well for better fuel economy if you're daily driving this. And then here we have a couple different driving modes. There is dynamic mode, which I just shut off. Then you can also put it into rain, ice, and a snow mode. So that's pretty cool. This is all-wheel drive, so why not be able to take it out in the snow? You got a little bit of storage in the middle for like some wallets or phones or something like that. And then the glove box is actually electronic. So we just push on this button, it will automatically open into place. A little bit of a storage pocket too behind both seats. Actually, it's just a moonroof, it doesn't open, but that's still cool to have. So I think that's enough of my talking for, at least for right now. So if you're wearing headphones, I would probably recommend that you take them off at this point because this is gonna be pretty crazy. For a stock exhaust, I cannot believe how good that this car sounds. So now we're gonna get it out on the road now that it's warmed up a bit. I put it over into manual mode so that way we can test out the paddle shifters here. Oh my gosh. I can't get over how incredible this sounds. So basically, for the price of this car, you're looking around $80,000 with 6,000 miles on it. Just to give you a perspective on that, my 2010 Audi R8 V8 was about $70,000 with 30,000 miles on it. So it was a little less, but obviously a lot more miles and a lot older than this. You're also talking about GTR territory with, you know, 20, 30,000 miles on them as well. So this is in a competitive range where you're looking at pretty exotic, you know, sports cars. While this is more of a grand touring car, it has a lot more luxury features. This being all-wheel drive, it's got the power to back up being not only a grand touring car, but also a track car, a back roads kind of car. This is crazy that for the price that you're spending on this car, I mean, you get a lot. It's a nice two-seater. You have the hatchback style, which gives you a lot more space in the back. So I really like how that's set up. And then it's a comfortable car too. We'll go ahead and put it into the normal exhaust mode just for right now. We'll just give it a little bit of gas here again. And it's completely gone. Go ahead and turn it back on. There it is. I mean, this definitely gets up and moves, that's for sure. I really haven't been behind an F-Type at all. I've sat in them and, you know, checked them out like that, but man, is this an impressive car to drive. The handling is direct. I mean, the steering is direct, the handling is awesome. Oh my gosh, I'm not even like half throttle and this thing is performing incredibly well. Turning radius on this car is actually pretty tight, and this backup camera does a really good job at being able to see that curb behind me. But that was a very easy 3-point turn to do. I didn't feel any wheel chatter or, you know, skipping or hopping or anything like that in that turn, which is really nice to have. I know in a lot of all-wheel drive cars like my R8 and even in Brian's GTR gets a little bit of that wheel hop going, especially in very, very tight turning situation. It's crazy how versatile it is, being just a normal hop in it, go to work or something, daily driver. It can be very quiet, and then you can change the exhaust, put it into sport mode, use the paddles. I mean, you can shift using the shifter down here too, but it's not as fun as using the paddles. And the shifts are instant. As soon as you click on that, downshift, upshift, it's instant. It's very, very quick, which gives it great performance. I would love to take this out on the track or mountain roads and really test its full potential. This is an awesome car to be able to drive. I would definitely consider this car. You can also get this in a manual. I'm not sure, I don't think the SVR comes in a manual. It might just be this and the S, and I think those are very hard to find as well. But even without the manual, I mean, it's still crazy quick. I mean, you can put the power down instantly, but just driving this car around, I absolutely love the quality of everything inside here. Leather covers pretty much everything. You have a nice headliner too, but everything is either leather, you have really nice buttons on the inside, and that's pretty much it. So there's nothing cheap about the interior of this car. I like the inlays that you have on the inside too, or around the AC controls and everything like that. For what you're paying for, this is a very, very premium feeling car, and it's so much fun to drive. I wish you guys could be here with me to hear that exhaust. Oh my gosh, I'm going 15 miles an hour and you could hear those crackles and pops. This seat is super comfortable. I haven't messed with any of these adjustments, but there's probably like 18 different ways to move this seat with the 3 different buttons that you can push on. So I mean, you can set this up to be a great daily driver. You could put a ton of miles on this car, but I really can't pick apart anything on this car. I absolutely love it's got a Meridian sound system, so I'm not sure of the actual specs on this car, what was options for it when it was brand new. I'm sure the sound system was probably some kind of upgrade. So I didn't really mention this earlier, but along with this suspension, it does offer an adaptive sport suspension. So it will adapt, like I said earlier, to bumps in the roads and things like that. So while you can't change it, it's automatically doing it for you. I think when Brian did a review on a 2015 F-Type, and he said something about the suspension adapting like 100 times per millisecond or something, that it's controlling all of the suspension to give you the best driving experience, and I believe that. It's been a very smooth ride so far. Alright guys, so I think that sums up getting behind the wheel of this 2017 Jaguar F-Type R. Huge thanks again to Maserati Lotus Greenville for providing this vehicle for me today. I'll have a link to their website down in the description below. They have a lot of really nice used cars for sale. This one included, obviously, is up on the website right now. This is so much fun to drive. I can't believe how cool this car is. It's never really been on my radar of something to actually consider, but after driving this, man, is it quick It is a monster of a car. I couldn't imagine even making this louder. But other than that, I mean, it has the performance to it. It has the comfort of daily driving. So coming back to the dealer now, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next video.